Hey, Dr. Tom Hansen here, the Play Big Academy and yipsbegone.com. I just want to take a quick time out here from my work with players that are having trouble with the yips and just kind of give you some news from the front lines of what I'm seeing now and what is going on. It's certainly the busiest time of the year for me because it's time baseball and softball are getting started back up, and golf will come soon, but particularly baseball and softball practice is starting and the pressure is starting to come on. And that's when the yips come on, is a perception of pressure. There is not any pressure situation out there. It's all in how our minds perceive it. And that's what goes on for someone with the yips. And the yips, again, are just a continuum. If you continue between like freedom and love and the yips, which is like extreme fear, it's a continuum. It isn't just that, oh, it's X or Y, I have the yips or I don't. My diagnosis tool, by the way, for does someone have the yips, is that they go to my site and they read all the people's comments there and they say, oh my gosh, that's me. Well, then that's you. It's a very much a self-identified thing. I don't worry about some kind of diagnosis in terms of a label. What's gone on is they've got some kind of link, and here's what I'll probably have be the gist of this video, is how to think about not the yips, but really anything in life. But we're focused on the yips here, so I'll stay with that. There's a link between throwing and danger. Throwing is dangerous. There's a belief that says that, and there's a link there, and it's held together. The roots of it are by very specific events, things that have happened that have combined to build that belief, that when it's time to throw, our minds go to our belief system and say, hey, am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Let's go to the belief system and find out. And for most of their lives, the people with the yips, yes, totally safe and throw with joy and freedom. But now something happens, and now, am I safe? No, I'm not safe. Kicks in the fight or flight. So the job of my program, and what I'm very busily doing and training people to do in my one-on-one program, is break that link. It's as if we have a saw and we're going to saw through it. It's quite tricky because it's sort of like sawing in the dark. We don't know how thick the log is that we're sawing, but we're going to saw away. Beating the yips is there's two elements to it. One is a lot of detective work of discovering how you do the problem. How are you doing this? Because if you can throw fine in any circumstance, you can throw fine. It's not a mechanical thing. There is some reason, some way that you are doing this. Your mind thinks this, which leads to this, which leads to this. It's like in your inner ear, there's bones, a hammer, anvil, serp. Well, this does this, it makes this move, and this move, and this, and gets you this result. It's the same with the yips and any performance area. But so the key is to do the detective work of what is really going on here and figure out the source of this. And the second part is to do the work and saw it. So in our metaphor, it would be like, hey, where should I cut? And then it's a matter of doing it until you get the breakthrough and that link is broken between throwing and fear. So I'm extremely busy right now, and I've got a lot of people that I'm working with, but it's such a painful thing. I work with as many people as I can. If you are interested in even having a conversation about my one-on-one, you can go to hansoncalendar.com, Hanson calendar.com, or just shoot me an email in response to this, or drtomhansen@gmail.com, and you can have a conversation about it. We can talk about how I can help you, and I'll give you some details about what might be going on for you and what the process would be for you, which again, though, is going to be some form of find where to cut, find out what's the best place to cut this, and go at it. So I'll leave it at that for now. I could go on with all that I'm really learning. I just keep getting better and better at helping people, but it's a very tricky thing, and it is not something that anyone can be arrogant about their ability to fix it, because it's just such a complicated thing, and humans are so complicated. It's a process, though, but if you stay at it, the number one tool for cutting that link is persistence. And I acknowledge all the people that I am working with had some fantastic breakthroughs, and we've got some people that are still sawing away. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you feel like I can help you, if you're struggling or suffering, that's not necessary. I'd be happy to team up with you to get you back to joy and freedom.